Alright, so I'm not a weather channel. I don't want to be a weather channel, but just this once, I gotta talk about this because no one is reporting on it, and well, we'll go over it. I've got a variety of articles from a bunch of different sources. This is just the tip of the iceberg. This isn't even an exhaustive list of what's going on here with just crop failures and things all over the place. But most of you have never even heard of the Grand Solar Minimum, unless I had offhandedly thrown it off during a live stream on occasion. But this is a really big deal, and I have no idea why no one is reporting this. So I was gonna put this out so you all know what's going on and can prepare accordingly. Alright? So, here goes. Spring Outlook. Historic widespread flooding to continue through May. This is from March 2019. Nearly 2/3 of the lower 48 states face an elevated risk of flooding through May, with the potential for major or moderate flooding in 25 states, according to NOAA's U.S. Spring Outlook issued today. The majority of the country is favored to experience above-average precipitation this spring, increasing the flood risk. Portions of the United States, especially in the upper Mississippi and Missouri River basins, including Nebraska, Minnesota, and Iowa, have already experienced record flooding this year. Nebraska Governor Pete Ricketts, nearly $1.4 billion in flooding losses. 2019. After experiencing its coldest February in 60 years, storm breaks 135-year-old rainfall record for downtown Los Angeles. Delhi. This February is the coldest and wettest in 5 years. 2019. Snow has fallen in a Hawaii state park for perhaps the first time ever. 2019. Jammu and Kashmir. Snowfall damaged over 50% of fruit orchards in Badar. I apologize for butchering the pronunciation there, but again, 2019. As many as 1 million calves die in Nebraska. Beef prices in the U.S. to escalate dramatically in the coming months. It deeply offends me that the big mainstream news channels have spent so little time covering this disaster. This is the biggest news story of 2019 so far by a very wide margin. But because it happened in the middle of the country, they are not giving it the attention that it deserves. In the short term, food prices will not rise too dramatically because the stores are selling the food that has already been produced. But, as the months roll along, you will start to notice food prices steadily increase. Millions of bushels of wheat, corn, and soybeans have been destroyed by the flooding so far, and thousands of farmers will not be able to plant crops at all this year. And the livestock losses that we have already experienced will be felt for many years to come. Alert! Floods decimate U.S. farms. Stockpiles lost. More to come. I'm only going to play about a minute of this, but it's only a 12-minute video. It's a very good one, and I would strongly recommend watching it. I'm including links to everything that I'm covering here underneath, so you can find it pretty easily.
Good morning, folks. We need to talk more about the situation in Nebraska. I put out a video yesterday detailing that the losses there, only in terms of agriculture, were already in excess of $1 billion and still very much counting, still at the very beginning of tallying that up. What we neglected to consider in that figure even already is that lots, and I mean lots, of food was being stored by farmers who were waiting for some resolution to the China trade war situation. From Reuters here, quote, Midwestern farmers have been gambling they could ride out the trade war by storing their corn and soybeans anywhere they could, bins, plastic tubes, barns, or outside. Well, the reality is now, in this flooding, all of that has been devastated. Once something is touched by floodwaters, it's tainted, right? It's unusable.
Vegetable prices on the rise after floods, drought, and heat cause supply cuts. 2019. This is a whole article on floods and droughts that Australia is experiencing. Government ordering agriculture be removed from commodity indexes. 2019. The potato crop in Germany has hit a historic low due to the severe summer drought. The yield is down 25 to 30%, and it may be worse after processing. As a result, seed potatoes are not sufficiently available, and it is now expected that this will reduce the 2020 crop as well. Egypt's police step in to combat potato shortage. This was in October of 2018. I just want to highlight, pro-government newspapers and TV stations have been publicizing raids on warehouses where authorities say businessmen are hoarding potatoes to try to drive up prices. China. Potato production down 20%. Potato reserve fell by 30%. November of 2018. India. Heavy loss to potato crop incurred in West Bengal. 2019. Costa Rica. The drought causes losses of up to 50% of vegetables. 2019. USA. Hailstorm damages hundreds of acres of Florida watermelons. 2019. Italy. Extreme weather decimates local olive crops. 2019. It says decimated, but when reading the article, we find that the destruction is actually more than half. Arthur Nelson reports that a string of bad weather combined to reduce the annual olive harvest in Italy by 57%. Italy and Spain. Leaf lettuce partially damaged or destroyed. 2019. Cold temperatures limiting banana supplies. 2019. I know of practically no Dutch red onions that are for sale. 2019. Food crisis. Hailstorm smashes 4 million avocados in under 10 minutes in Australia. 2019. We have death and devastation at every turn. The flood massacre of Queensland cattle. 2019. Almost overnight, we have transitioned from drought to a flood disaster zone. There are kangaroos dead in trees, birds drowned in drifts of silt, and our beloved bovine family perished in huddled piles. Look at this. Look at it all. Here's another article on Australian cattle. Australia, cattle deaths, 5 billion loss, largely uninsured. African swine fever driving livestock futures. 2019. In January, an article published in Bloomsburg cited that there was a 12% surge in pork prices and a decrease in production by 15%. The article, updated this week, indicated that China had just made its third largest purchase of pork from the U.S. ever. Mexico. The cold in Sinaloa will be affecting mango flowering. 2019. Cambodia. Climate change may undermine mango production. 2019. As Russia's food prices soar, bakers are feeling the squeeze. 2019. Turkish food fight spreads with fines, raids, and inflation stings. 2019. Turkey has found that fighting words alone aren't enough to deter people it blames for runaway food inflation. After weeks of bashing those deemed price gougers as traitors and even terrorists, President Recep I can't pronounce this guy's name. Anyway, is backing up threats with deeds. Fines are on the way after raids of wholesale food markets in 5 provinces on February 6th uncovered exorbitant price increases of up to 800% on certain items, their trade minister said on Sunday. Turkish government at war with 31% food inflation as vendors mark prices up as much as 800%. Tanzania. Adverse weather conditions lead to millions in losses. I think you guys get the point by now. We have crop failures all over the world, an unbelievable number of crop failures. There's been ice core samples and tests. We know about solar minimums. We know about grand solar minimums throughout the last, several thousand years. We've known that this was coming, and yet somehow nobody's reporting on it. Nobody told the farmers. And so we have all of this going on. The temperature is going to go down, and it's not just going to be for a year. It's going to be for a little while. Farms are going to have to adapt, plant different crops, and move stuff around a bit. But for the moment, we're looking at food prices going up. In the immediate future, for the next couple of years, food prices are going to go up, and there's going to be all kinds of problems with that. So, I just wanted you all to know you should budget accordingly, and it wouldn't be a terrible idea to get some dry food, stuff that's gonna, canned food, things that's gonna last, and set it aside, because holy shit, guys, this is a lot. This is a lot. And I just wanted you, I felt that I had to let you guys know. So, anyway, I've included links to all of this in the description of this video. Well, anyway, I've included links to all the articles that I showed in the description of this video. Politicians can't stop this. Solar panels can't stop this. We're not going to beat nature. We're going to have to adapt to it. And unfortunately, we've done a pretty terrible job this year of adapting to it. And that means that the food prices are going to go up. And they're going to go up probably a lot before they come back down. So, anyway, that's all. I don't want to do another video like this. Just take care. Just take care, okay? That's all. Take care, guys.